What's up, y'all? It's Bible Stories Revisited. It's been a little while. This isn't a reaction, but this will probably be short as well. I just figure like this would be something cool to talk about. It was just an interesting fact that you're saying you just got to put two and two together. Now, I don't know how this will like relate to people who don't live in Virginia, but to pretty much like give y'all like a quick rundown. I'm talking about Bethel and the mascot of Bethel. Now, when I mean Bethel, I mean there's a high school in Hampton called Bethel High School, and the mascot is a bear. Now, if you read your Bible, you already know where I'm going with this, but if not, buckle up. It's going to be a quick video. I'm just going to give the background, and I'm going to give y'all the Bible verse, and then y'all can do whatever y'all do on your own time. We just promote thinking. Just what do you think about it? I'm going to tell you what I think about it if y'all comment, but other than that, like, I just like little, like, stuff like this that, maybe someone might need to hear this. So, when I talk about Bethel, we got to talk about the origin of the high school because the high school could be rumored. They'll try to tie in the origin of the high school name to the battle that happened in the Civil War, um, where the Union kind of tried to take back this part of land from the Confederacy because this is Virginia. So if you put two and two together, we was not in the we was not in the Union um, for like a good minute. Um, Obviously, there's people who like cross over, but the area of Hampton that was occupied by Confederacy. So I think the battle happened in like 1861. All right, I'm gonna just do this like overview, a couple notes I had. So pretty much, yes, the origin of Big Bethel, it's tied into a small establishment before that battle that happened in the Civil War. The I'm sorry, y'all. There's someone who is like looking like PNB Rock walking, and I know he's a Door Dasher. Just distracted me for a little bit. That ADHD be kicking in, I tell you. But okay, boom, 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 boom. Okay. So yeah, this is not a big battle at all. Like the Confederacy won this battle. That's what I'm looking at. But I'm trying to start from the very, very beginning. Pretty much, okay. So boom. Within the city of Hampton, Big Bethel was pretty much like this small establishment of a community, and it was tied into the church Big Bethel. So the area of Big Bethel was literally named after the church of Big Bethel, showing the influence that the church had on the area. And yeah, shortly after, it was a Confederate territory. The Union lost that battle. So this was a Confederate victory. So that's interesting trying to act like you're naming you're naming the school after a Confederate victory. It seems much better to just name it after the church. But when you name it after the church, you have to acknowledge some other stuff that we'll get to in a little bit. I'll just give the origin of Big Bethel. So yes, the origin of Big Bethel as like a area, it was tied to the church. Um, it served as like a landmark in the area. The church was served as a landmark in the area, so they named that area within Hampton that was close to the church Big Bethel. Now, yeah, so like, yeah, this is when I say like the amount of influence that the church had, it could cross into that state territory. Acting like it doesn't now. But yeah, so pretty much it's a biblical reference, and the area was named after the church because of the biblical reference. So literally within my area of the 7-5, um, and like a good amount of people in my area grew up with the Bethel and the Bruins and had no idea was tied to a church. Now let's go a layer deeper, right? I should probably bring my Bible out for this part. Is there anything else I'm missing? I said it's in Hampton. I said it's early settlement times. Now, we'll open this up together. Go to Second Kings. What is it? Second Kings 23. Well, Second Kings 2, verses 23 to 24. So, the prophet in this story, I believe, is Elisha, if I'm right. And it's interesting, and this is the part that, like, it didn't click with me until later, but the literal kingdom that he's going into is the kingdom of Bethel. So, let's see if I got this right. Well, we'll just read it and we'll see. So, then the king sent all the elders of Judah and Jerusalem. Wait a minute, wait a minute. I'm fucking up already. I'm fucking up already. Cause y'all, I'm just getting off of work, so y'all, please bear with me. That was literally chapter 22, not verse 22. Like, what am I doing? Okay, boom. Cause I'm like, this doesn't seem right. Let me see. I knew at first. I was like, this doesn't seem right. Make sure you double check. That makes sense. Okay. So now, Second Kings chapter 2, verses 23 and 24. So, this is Elisha, one of the prophets. So, he went up there to Bethel, which, ah, is not only a high school in my area, but it was named after a church and also had a big play into the Civil War. Let's see the origins of this kingdom, or at least just one of the origins, because there's more stuff that goes on in Bethel that could be talked about, honestly. But this is just like the one where it's just like, there's just like no way you can look at this as a serious story. I'm gonna just read it and then I'm gonna do my yap. So, boom, 23, 24. He went up there to Bethel, and while he was going up on the way, some small boys came out of the city and jeered at him, saying, "Go up, you bald head. Go up, you bald head." Baldy. Stuff like that, right? So he turned around, and when he saw them, he cursed them in the name of the Lord. And two she bears came out of the woods and tore 42 of the boys. Let me read that one more time. He went up there to Bethel. Remember the mascot? Remember the mascot, y'all. And while he was going up on the way, some small boys came out of the city and jeered at him, saying, "Go up, you bald head. Go up, you bald head." And he turned around, and when he saw them, he cursed them in the name of the Lord. And the two she bears came out of the woods and tore 42 children. That's the origin. So not only like I can understand the church, you name the church after that. Like I'm talking about the school. Like you can get some passes if the church had like a big impact on the area, and this is around the same area, so why not just slap it on there, you know? But when you make the mascot of your high school Bears in the area of Bethel, and I'm gonna just let y'all know right now, because I know there might be somebody who's like, well, aren't there bears also in the area? No, my nigga. I have lived in Hampton 18 years of my life. I have not seen one single bear. I have not seen one single bear. And I've been in woods. I've like I've definitely been in woods. Like I've been into parks. Not one bear. Not one bear. Like I'm sure there are bears in different areas of Virginia, but I haven't seen any bears here. I haven't even heard of any bears in this area. Maybe like more up north, but this is like close to the coast type shit. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, like whenever I hear that someone like went to Bethel, I like to ask them, "Do you know the origins of your mascot?" Because that's honestly that like y'all, I don't know what to say to that. Like that's just insane. And it's like if you're not from my area, it's like I can understand how like this kind of don't make no sense. But like if you're from Virginia, if you've been like in the 757 area, you realize how much churches and stuff have influenced the area without anyone else realizing. Like it's kind of crazy, but that's just kind of the way that certain things work. So just like how these are like ripple effects that people aren't even noticing, who says the same can't happen for the little bit of information that I'd be putting out? You know what I'm saying? Yo, I hate apologetics, y'all. I'm looking at this thing. The first thing, because I was just like, let me make sure I got this right. It says the misunderstood story of bear attacks, a bald prophet. So, they said this misunderstood story is not a moralistic tale about bald prophets and child eating bears designed to... Okay, let me. Should we read it? Should we read the apologetics? Because I want to see what excuse they have for this. So pretty much, let's see what he says. What are you talking about? No, this. Oh my gosh, I don't even know if I want to read this. Cause what? This is the amount of copium that certain people come up with. Oh my gosh. You just practically. So they tried to act like, should I read this? Because it's a lot. Like, they're doing a lot of copium right now. Because it's like, they're saying it's not that, and they're practically saying the words don't mean what the words mean. Like, that's literally all I'm getting from this. The words don't mean what the words mean. And if you translate into Hebrew, it does it doesn't say the same exact thing, but it kind of does as well. So, fam, fam, gotta do better. Like, oh my gosh. It's lack of hair. Them to go away, fly away. Done. Keep in mind that, right? No. Nope. It doesn't work. Like, maybe like if I had more time, like this needs to be a quick video. So I should have read it out loud, but I feel like once I start, it's gonna y'all, if I start reading this, it's gonna be hard for me to stop. So one thing I might do is I might make it a separate video. Like if this video gets like any type of interest at all, I'll go back to the article I found and like debunk this shit. Cause what is this dude talking about, bro? Yo, like that shit doesn't make sense. Like this article is ass. And I mean like when you have apologetics with like a contradictory book that like is supposed to be taken as mythology, you know, when you take it serious, you come up with crazy examples like that one. It's like, no, the words don't actually mean the words don't actually mean what the words mean. Oh my gosh. Anyways, it's like there those excuses were horrible. They said it's not actually children and it's not actually a bear. But it's like, y'all, if y'all look at the context of it, it kind of makes sense that it obviously is talking about children because, and it's like, even if it's young men, the way that they're playing and you think a grown man is gonna be like, go up there, Baldy, go up, Baldy. Like I can actually see kids laughing at someone and calling them bald, cause I did it as a kid, bro. Like the milk dud heads, those junks are real, bro. Oh my gosh. So yeah, that is Elisha and the baldness. And you know, if see, like, if I was a believer, I would use this so hilariously because I'm a so I'm like I'm calling it now. Obviously, I'm gonna be bald by like I'm like 35. So like when kids, if kids ever try to joke on me, I'm gonna just show them this Bible verse if they're believers, and I'm gonna be like, "In the name of God, I will send bears to attack." So don't call me bald, y'all. Nah, that's enough yapping. Like I have like other topics I can get into, but I'm trying to keep it just one video. So I'm gonna catch y'all later. If y'all likes chilling, you know what I'm saying, discovering this shit, I'm gonna keep on like giving y'all like little tidbits because there's just so much like Bible stuff in my head, but it's kind of like I don't really got the people to talk about it because if I talk about it, I'm gonna talk about why the fuck are we still following this shit. So it's like this might I use this channel as like my way to be able to vent that. And like now I feel like I'm at a comfortable spot where like I can listen to people's opinions and disagree. Like I was always able to do that. Like still hear someone out while being able to disagree. That's kind of how I slowly came up to this point because I can still hear you out even though like I don't agree with you because you might have some useful insight. Now it's a lot different being a non-believer and hearing the Christian side because their side is very limited, and when you've come from the side, you realize their reasons are very limited, and they rely a lot on not my issue, shouldn't focus on it, or like something that I call the vault. It's just cognitive dissonance where you like aren't able to admit certain things because it would lead to like a chain of you changing your whole worldview. So out of fear and like almost out of like a survival instinct, your brain goes into like a panic mode to either defer it or be like go blank. Like it's crazy, but like it kind of not even kind of it definitely be happening and shit like that. So yeah, pretty cool in my opinion. Um, that's about it. If y'all like the video, like it, subscribe if you're new, cause all we do is chill over here. And with that being said, y'all be great. Y'all be safe. Keep getting to that bag. I'm gonna catch y'all in the next video. Peace. Keep thinking.